Hello beautiful Sagittarius, and welcome to your angelic guidance for May 2020 with me, Julie Poole and Oscar. So get yourself a tea, get yourself a coffee, get yourself comfy. Let's see what we've got going on for May. All right, Sagittarius, thank you so much for joining me. Those of you who know me, welcome back. Those of you who don't, I'm Julie Poole. I'm an intuitive psychic, hypnotherapist, healer, energy worker, Reiki master and author. You'll find the links to my website below with everything that you need to know, and if you want to book in, the link is there. All right, my darlings, let's crack on. So what have we got for May, please? Let's start with seeing if we've got an intuitive channeled message for my Sagittarius for May. Okay, so they're showing me a bouncing ball. Okay, it looks like a beach ball. It's multicolored, it's quite large, and it's full of air, and it is bouncing. Bouncy, bouncy, bouncy. Okay, what does this represent, please? Okay, so it's representing the ups and downs of life, the bouncing up and down, and it's been a little bit like that, hasn't it? Through March and April, quite heavy, quite intense. But the purpose of this ball, a beach ball, is filled with air, which makes it really light and easy. So what they're saying is, even though there's been a lot of ups and downs, that if you view it as actually a lot of it is hot air, in other words, BS, all right? A lot of it is hot air. So we don't need to worry about that. And actually what the hot air is doing is giving the rest of it that's perhaps a bit heavier and denser and more real, it's giving it a bit of lightness. So it puts it in perspective. So the message in that visualization for you is to allow the lightness of what is positive and what is nonsense to be able to lift you up out of anything that is a bit heavier. See life as quite normally having its ups and downs, but we can see it as a more lighter energy. As we're going into May, it's bouncing higher and it is lighter and easier to navigate. Okay. All right, that's an interesting visualization for you there, message for you, Sagittarius. So what else do we have for May for my Sagittarians? And this is good for your moon, your sun, your rising, your Venus. If you've got a lot of placements in Sagittarius, even if it's none of those 4 key ones, still have a look and check it out. All righty, let's see what's going on for May. So that's your first card out, and it is the 8 of coins. So you are working on a project, you're working on something. 3 of wands, oh, and there's one behind it, hello, with the 9 of wands. All right, we'll have a look at these together in a mo. Lots of fire here, and obviously you're a fire sign, so lots of movement, lots of action. 7 of cups, choices. No, one more and then we'll have a chat. 5 of swords. Okay, so that's where we're going to start. Actually, that 5 of swords is a card of internal conflict, and I believe, yeah, that this conflict that has been in and around you is about, I'm not quite sure if I'm supposed to be up or down about this. I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing. I don't quite know where I fit into this. Many of you have been looking at the truth. They're giving me the truth as the truth seekers, investigating, drilling down, and then, okay, that's rubbish, that's okay. What resonates with you, you'll keep, you'll discard the rest. And then you are moving into, so how does that work then? So there's been a little bit of conflict, but when is this moving through and out? I feel that this is where you've been in April, is in that conflict internally. Some of you it's around you, but I don't feel that many. This feels more of an internal mental battle, okay? Because you'll have some days where you feel great and other days you feel bleh, and that's all right. But it feels like this energy is on its way out, because we've got the 9 of wands, which is coming to the end of a battle. I'm a bit tired, I'm a bit worn out. I'm a bit, but I've learned a lot and I can see the finish line. All right, it has been hard for us in April with all the lockdown and restrictions. We're not used to it, and it's been quite challenging, hence that battle weary soldier. But we are seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. As we come into May, it's still feeling quite intense and quite heavy for that first week. And then we get past the full moon in Scorpio on the 7th, 8th, and it starts to get a little bit lighter. And as we come into the halfway point, 15th, 16th, this is where I start to feel that this is now moving into the rear view mirror rather than all around me and in front of me. It starts to feel like it's clearing, okay? But they want me to bring in the 8 of coins here. But this is a card of work, okay? It's a bit hard work, projects, creativity, some good stuff, right? But also this is about I'm working on something. And they're telling me that these two are related. You're working on putting this conflict behind you, putting behind you the negativity and coming more into the lightness, coming more into that bounce in that big beach ball that I saw for you. You're starting to look forward, all right, because this is where the 3 of Wands comes in, which is a card of expansion and daydreaming. And the daydreaming is lovely, and it can stay in a daydream and never come into actuality unless we do some work on it. So you are in that energy of choosing. I need to bring in that 7 now. 7 of Cups is choosing different options, 7 different options. Doesn't have to be 7, but this is representing multiple options. And this is about your expansion. So the 3 of Wands is, where am I going and what do I want to do? What am I working on here? Am I setting up something new for my future? The 3s are the 3 of Wands, more fire for you, okay? It's about where do I see myself in 6 months at the end of the year? Where do I see myself in 3 years, 5 years, 10 years? What's my long-term goals? Because you're going through, they're just telling me, you're going through a little bit of an identity crisis, and that's all right. Well, it's not, don't feel very comfy, but bear with me, wait a minute, okay? Whenever we go through a shift, we change our perspectives, some of our beliefs, some of what we thought was important. We're going, actually, that's not important anymore. And actually, what I thought I wanted, I don't think I do anymore. We're going through a reevaluation, and that brings on a bit of an identity crisis because I was attached to that thing that I'm now letting go. So I feel a little bit all at sea, but it's all right. I'm going to attach myself to that, which feels a better goal for me now. So you're in this working on your goals for the future. This is quite similar to what Scorpio had. So those of you early Saggies, have a look at the Scorpio message if that feels right for you, you know, those close to the Scorpio dates, because that too was similar in that this is a time of strategizing, planning, deciding for the future, but not doing it now. And that feels a very similar energy for you. You are looking at your options, you're looking at some choices, and you are working on, is that right for me? Is that not right for me? If it is right for me, how can I make it happen? So the how really should be up to the universe, but we co-create, all right? They don't do it for us, they do it with us. So for some of you, you might be deciding this is the time to set up that new business. Not in May, but you're thinking about, right, do you know what? I'm going to start that when we're, you know, out of this lockdown. I'm going to make that happen. I'm going to open a shop. There's going to be some people that have gone down with this, gone under with this, and there's going to be businesses available. Am I going to jump in there and do something with that? Those of you who may have decided to close your business and say, do you know what, it was too much like hard work anyway, it wasn't the joy I thought it was going to be, I want to do something different. There is a huge energy in May of, what do I want to do with the rest of my life? That's what it comes down to, my darlings. And you're looking at all of these choices. Do I want to stay in this big house with this big mortgage? Do I want to sell it and go and buy a little place in a cheaper area and have more money for me? What do I want to do? And it's going to mean different answers to different people because you're different Scorpios. But you are working on what you want for the future and looking at all of these different options. So May is the time of planning and strategizing and plotting and sorting the wheat from the chaff. Okay, that's what you're doing. Now the reason behind that astrologically is that we've got Mars very active in May, and Mars is the planet of doing, action, go 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 go. All right, but we've got 4 planets, major ones, in retrograde, which is brakes on, hold back. So there's this sense of I want to go forward, but I'm being pulled back. You're on that kind of dance with life at the moment. And so with this dancing with life, who's taking the lead? All right, so at the moment through May, what is taking the lead is strategy, which is planning, but not necessarily doing. So this is the ideas time. This is the discussion with your family time, discussion with yourself time, writing things down, looking at the pros and cons, figuring things out. By the end of May, you'll be pretty clear in your mind what it is you want. And then as you move into June and July, you start putting the meat on the bones and making things happen. That's where we're at, Sag, for May. What else do you want me to tell my lovely Sagittarians, please? We're going to have an answer a simple card. First time I've used these for all the readings I've done, but this is what they want for you. Answer is simple. Keep it simple. All right. Step away from the crowd. This is to do with all your options and choices here, my darling. Love your body. Oh, they're just showing me somebody moving into the, what do you call it? You can tell how often I go to the gym. Those people that help you get fit. The word has just gone. I'm just seeing somebody saying they're really into health and fitness and they know what they're talking about and they're going to set themselves up as a trainer, a body coach, a fitness coach, that kind of thing. Okay, hang on. What else have we got? Invest in your spirit. I want one more. And share your gifts. All right, so this is the advice coming through. Wait a minute, I'm getting a bit croaky. Let me just get a mouthful of coffee. All right, my beautiful people. So sharing your gifts. As I said there, I had, as soon as I saw the Love Your Body card, I got this absolute image of I'm really good with knowing how to make your body healthy, and I can share that. I can set myself up as a body coach. Now, for some of you, that's about health and fitness. For others, this can be about how to nutrition. All right, they're just showing me. Okay, I'm seeing 3 different types of nutrition. So I'm seeing a naturopath, I'm seeing a nutritionist, and I'm seeing, what's that third one, please? This is, I can't think of the name, when you have a very tiny amount of a particular substance, and I can't think what it's called. She said, you'll know. All right, those of you into that, you'll know. But you are sharing your gifts and setting up something new for the future. That's for some of you. Right, what else for the others? Because that's not for everybody. Not everybody's into health and fitness. And she's saying, my angel here is saying, more than you realise, dear. Right, okay. So some of you have been studying or are going to be studying. Some of you are thinking about going to school, college, university in September and saying, I'm going to do that course. Some of you are going to start doing online courses and wanting to take it forward. Right, for others, staying with the body at the moment, the body is more than the physical body. It's also the emotional and mental body and the energy body. Some of you are going to go into Reiki and healing and energy work. You are working with this and you are sharing your gifts. And it is very individual. Step away from the crowd. So these ideas that you're coming from, for the first time for many of you, you're saying, I'm not one of the sheep. I'm going to go my own way. I'm sick of following the crowd, you know, just like a herd of cattle going into the workforce and just on this cycle. Go to work, come home, go to work, come home. No, I want more. I'm going to do it my way. A bit maverick, a bit independent, a bit free thinking. That's what's coming in. Now, the advice with it is invest in your spirit. So this is meditation. This is talking to your soul, talking to your higher self, your chakras, the universe, God, source, whatever works for you. But knowing that we are more than just our physical body and our mental body. We are spirit. We are a beautiful essence of source within our physicality. All right? We are a physical being, but we are a spiritual being inhabiting a physical, temporary physical being, right? So when we are looking for guidance, where do my ideas and inspiration come from? What do I want to do? In what way am I stepping away from the crowd? Go within, my loves, go within into your God self, your Godhood, your intuition, your instincts, your hunches, your gut feeling. Go in there because that's where the answers are. Find your joy, find your bliss, find your... I have a saying, you know, does it make your heart sing? When you think about, I'd love to do so-and-so for a living. Oh my God, I'd love that. And it makes your heart sing. It makes you feel on fire and excited. You're a fire sign. You need to feel motivated and enthused by life. So go inside into your spirit and ask your spirit to guide you to your answers, to your bliss, to your making your heart sing, because there is a different world out there, stepping away from the crowd, that is waiting for you. And this is the month in May where you are planning and plotting and feeling and thinking and checking in with yourself. By the end of May, coming up with some answers that, okay, may take a couple of months or more to put into place, but this is the beginning of the rest of your life. Let's see what the angels want to add before we close. Who's with Sagittarius for May, please? Helping them navigate this energy of finding themselves, which is what it's coming down to. And it can't get any clearer than that. That is Archangel Jophiel, and the energy is joy. Where is your joy? What was I just saying about does it make your heart sing? Because it's getting into that joy, that bliss. You know, life's too short to be on this roller coaster of a job that you hate. It stresses and strains and enslaved to debts and mortgage and credit cards. It's too short. Where is your joy? Because this is the month in May where you are seeking your joy. So if you're writing things down, put that as your heading. Joy, because that's what you want to aim towards. Where is my joy? Okay. All right, Sagittarius. Sorry, I've gone a bit croaky again. Doing lots of readings, lots of work with private clients too. So throat goes a little bit after a while. I think I'll make this the last reading of the day. So I hope that helps. Thank you so much for joining me. And if you enjoyed this video, do give it a like, a share, you know, subscribe, click the bell, all that stuff that supports my work and my channel. And if it moves you to do so, donations are always very gratefully received. All right, Sagittarius, I will leave it there. Have an awesome May. Enjoy that creating and inspirational ideas. Move it forward, and I'll see you again in June. You take care. My heart to yours. Lots of love. Bye-bye.